What is up, my Squirrelites? It is I, your king, welcoming you to yet another vlog this week, talking about a couple things. First things first, let me show you a couple things I managed to pick up over the last few days. Managed to pick up Fellowship of the Ring for the PS2. The only reason I got this, I know this is definitely not the best in the series. They made three based off of the movies, and Return of the King is awesome. Two Towers is Fellowship of the Ring is not really good. But I picked it up mostly just so I could have the entire trilogy. However, this game is a little bit more of a big purchase. I got Gran Turismo 6 Anniversary Edition. I actually am a big fan of car racing games and stuff like that, as you've probably seen with my Midnight Club LP. And I just wanted to give it a shot, kind of see, you know, what all the hype is about it. And so far, I actually enjoyed it. The bit I've played, I've had some fun with it. But anyway, that's really it as far as that goes. I just wanted to talk about a couple things. Um, Getting back to, we're back in the kind of the swing of things with LPs now that BioShock's over. All those LPs are coming to an end very soon. I give Last of Us, freak, let me think. I'd give Last of Us probably, I don't want to say that. I want to say like 6 more weeks tops. I give Midnight Club, well, I shouldn't say Midnight Club yet. I give Uncharted 3, 4 weeks tops. I give Midnight Club is because that's gonna actually become two a day, or one every 2 days as soon as Uncharted 2 runs out. Freak. As soon as Uncharted 2 runs out, then Midnight Club is gonna be, it's gonna be more frequent. And as soon as Last of Us is gone, it's gonna be daily. And I'd say, that's probably not gonna be much more than a week longer than Last of Us. We're getting to the end. Finally, it's coming. I've got the next LP all prepped, or 98% prepped. I've still got a few things left to do on it. I got to get to editing it soon. Um, but it is all recorded save for the last like 5-6% of the game. So it's really close, and it's a long game. Like this is a long LP. Like I am predicting upwards of more. It's going to be more than 70 parts, possibly 80, 90, maybe even 100. I'm not. I can't make a guesstimate now because I don't know how much more I still have to go back and kind of reconfigure how much I have left to cover. I think right now I've recorded something like I'd say almost 80 parts, probably about 78, 79 parts at this point. And um, considering how much of the main part of the game I have left to do, and then also the side stuff, I'd say I'd probably have another 15, possibly 20 episodes left to do. It depends on how long certain things get stretched out. But that LP is getting there. It's coming along. I have a couple other things planned to go along with it. Um, Specifically, um, well, I have one project in the works that I've started recording a little bit of. And then also, I really want to get to doing eco soon. Um, Now that it has been a while since I've tapped on Shadow of the Colossus, that whole series, and I did promise eco like about a year ago, but that got canned with the whole my computer dying and everything, and I never really got around to fixing that. But I do want to kind of tap on that soon, at some point this year, and I'm thinking sooner the better. Not to mention because I uh, I think everybody does, but I do have a very strong feeling that The Last Guardian might be announced soon. And I would like, because when Last Guardian comes out, I can assure you it's going to be a day one LP. But Eco, on the other hand, I kind of would like to space it out pretty evenly from Shadow of the Colossus and not have Last Guardian come so soon after it. So I'm expecting an announcement here soon, so I kind of want to get Eco done because Eco's not a long game. That is probably not going to be any more parts, probably even less than actually considering how much I stretch out of the Colossus, it's going to be a lot less. Eco's probably going to be 17 parts, 18 parts tops, maybe a little more, but not likely. Um, So I do want to get that done. There's a couple more games I want to get done, especially because I think it's going to be set in stone that next year is going to be all Nintendo 64 LPs. I mean, unless, again, if Last Guardian comes out next year, then probably not, because I'm going to day one that. Um, but yeah, from the way I'm thinking it, I'm probably going to do all Nintendo 64 LPs next year. And there's some non-Nintendo 64 games I would like to get done this year, before I jump into that whole escapade. So that's all stuff that's kind of in the works. I'm working on things. I've been kind of at a stalemate lately. Work is still driving me insane. I'm still having a hard time making time for videos and stuff like that. Although this weekend has been pretty productive. I've managed to get Uncharted completely done, completely edited, rendered, and uploaded to YouTube. So that's all set. Um, Last of Us, I still have a little bit of editing to do on that, but I think I can get that done, some of that done tomorrow evening. Although I do need to get more Midnight Club edited as well. Uh, oh, that's right. I didn't show this one, I don't think. I got another game too, but I did not get it with a case because with a case it would have been $30. But since this one doesn't have a case, I managed to get it for 50% off. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, I might have talked about that, but that is actually a game, because I did the first Mario Galaxy, I would like to LP very soon. I love the 3D Mario series, as I've said before. Every single one of them. I love Sunshine, Galaxy, Super Mario 64, all of them. Although I have not played Super Mario 3D World or 3D Land, so I have yet to give my input on those, but they aren't actually all enticing to me because they don't seem to fit the same mode. Not really my style of thing as far as Super Mario games go. But I think I might do Galaxy 2 somewhat soon, possibly. Because I do plan on doing Super Mario 64 very soon too, and I love the Super Mario series. I definitely want to LP them all, or the 3D ones anyway. And so yeah, there's that as well. Next thing, and this is just kind of a thought I have. And this is regarding Super Smash Bros. So I guess some character today got announced from another Nintendo IP. I don't know if it's official yet or not, but it's from Xenoblade Chronicles. And I'm not saying this because I'll admit, I'm not a Xenoblade fan, but that's because I'm not an RPG fan. That's just me. Okay, that's personally me. I'm not an RPG fan, especially not a JRPG fan. Don't care for games like that. And I'll be honest, that game really hasn't impressed me graphically. I think it just looks kind of dumb. It just looks stupid to me. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, another character. And I started looking over the roster a little bit. And freak, it is amazing how disillusioned I have been with Nintendo over the last 5+ years. Like, goodness. There hasn't been like a single Nintendo published, developed game, like first party Nintendo game that I have liked since Kirby's Epic Yarn. That came out 4 years ago. Although, yes, you can see blue in my hand. That's another story. I'll have to get to that in a minute. Actually, I'll just say it now. I went to a theme park today and they had to stamp my hand. But anyways, yeah, freak. Nintendo has been. I don't know. I'm just so disillusioned with them. I didn't like Skyward Sword. I don't care for the last. I mean, the last story is all right. But again, it's an RPG. Not the biggest fan. Don't like Xenoblade Chronicles. I haven't had a chance to get my hands on a Wii U because it hasn't really enticed me up until just now with Mario Kart 8. And freak Nintendo. I had so much more attachment to the Brawl character lineup because like they added characters like Olimar and even though I didn't care for the Earthbound series before, Lucas is a big addition for me. Pokemon Trainer, loved him. Loved Lucario. I loved the addition of 2 Kirby characters. I loved all these little additions of characters that they should have included. These are basically characters they should have included a long time ago, back in Melee or even the original Super Smash, and they finally got them in. It was great. But this Super Smash, they're throwing in a lot of characters that are like kind of on new IPs from Nintendo, or just they've just recently gotten popular, or they're not really long-standing IPs. They're just, oh look, guess what? Here's another IP we have. Here, enjoy that one too. Here's a character from that. Go ahead. It's like, freak, are they gonna throw in Phoenix right next? I know he's Capcom, but still, it's like I don't care for these characters at all. I have no attachment to them. Freak. And I guess, and me, I've grown up on Nintendo. I don't continue to, stay with Nintendo and only Nintendo. But I mean, I still love Nintendo, but gosh, they're certainly not my go-to as much as they used to be. And I don't care for these characters. I don't care for the lineup. Freak, the only new addition I'm sort of excited for is Rosalina. Little Mac, I liked him better as an assist trophy, honestly. Um, Good, Mega Man, cool. We got Konami last gen, now let's get Capcom, cool. I'd rather have Zero. Um, I'm not excited for Smash, that's all I can say. I actually, today, went and revoked my pre-order on it because I don't care. I'm not excited for it. It's not a game. I mean, I'm sure I'll buy it eventually, but it's not a game I want to spend 40 bucks on because I can only get the 3DS version, but I don't want to spend 40 bucks on it. So it's like, why bother? Um, I don't know. I'm probably the only one who feels that way, but that's me. And let's see. Anything else? Talk about. I'm sitting here playing with these Pokemon cards. Frick. Um. Oh, that's right. I saw a movie this last week, actually. Um, and I guess I can talk about it. I don't watch movies that often, especially movies in theaters. I probably actually going to go see a movie while it's in theaters. The last few years I've only done that maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and so it's kind of, it's a very rare occurrence for me. I actually went out of my way to see this day two, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Saw that movie. I adore the first movie. Okay, the first How to Train Your Dragon is honestly my favorite 3D animated movie of all time. I like it more than any Pixar film. I don't care for DreamWorks as a whole. I think they suck most of the time, but I love that movie. Um, it's just my favorite. And then the second one came out, and I'm not going to spoil anything. No spoilers, don't worry. But I will say it is very faithful to the first movie, though still inferior. The first one is definitely the better of the two, but it held up. Like the second one definitely is faithful to the first. Um, the only thing I kind of had an issue with was the pacing, and I'll be honest, this isn't necessarily just this movie. This is kind of something I've noticed just as a trend in movies over the last 5 years. I guess Hollywood has come to this conclusion that our attention spans are so small, and I think they're right too, because I'm probably the only one who notices this. But pacing in movies has changed a lot over the last 5 years. Like freak, when something important happened in a movie, you got a 10-minute scene for it. Back in the 10 years ago, you get a 10-minute scene, you'd get emphasis on it, you got focus, some emotion, something emotional about it, I guess. You got something from the scene. These days, it feels like they try to cram too much in too small of a time frame in every movie. I mean, freak. Every movie I've seen, Iron Man 3, The Avengers, the Hunger Games, all these movies, it's like they try to just cram all this information and knowledge and stuff like that because they want to tell the story, but they want to tell it in as little time as possible because they are on a budget and they're on a time limit and they don't care. They think we have the short enough attention spans that we don't care to for something to be emphasized on. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, I sat down and because I obviously was comparing it to the first movie, I noticed there was a big pacing shift, and it bothered me bad. Like I was like, okay, this kind of just is, this is an important event that just happened. Why are we suddenly glazing over it? Like, that happened a few times in the movie, and it really weirded me out. And I'm probably the only one who notices this, but freak. I mean, I don't want to, I hope I'm not the only one who notices it, but gosh, I swear. It's because in the last few years, since kind of the standards of movies have changed and all that stuff, I mean, freak. Like, look at Frozen, for instance. All the things that happen in that movie, okay? All these different events that happen. That movie is like, I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. That's short for a movie, okay? That's like, I mean, normal-ish, but it's still short. Movies aren't usually shorter than 70 minutes, or then they're not really much of a movie. And that was like 80 minutes. That's kind of pushing it. And it's short, and you know, it was crammed with stuff. And I'm not bashing Frozen, okay? I'll admit it's a good movie. It's definitely overrated, but it's a good movie. Um, but like people, I don't know. It feels like nobody knows how to pace things anymore. There needs to be. I mean, it feels like really the only things that know how to pace things anymore are video games. TV shows don't do it either. I mean, unless it's something that doesn't require pacing, like a comedy. Because, freak, you sit down and you're just like, I mean, I don't know. I think I kind of expect a little more emotion out of for something to kind of for me to relate to an incident. If I'm going to like, they're going to say, "Oh, this character is dead." And he or she is incredibly integral to the plot line, and like let's say The Walking Dead or something like that. And they're trying to tell me that, this is an emotional, moment. They can't cry about it for 2 minutes and then move on. That doesn't work. That doesn't help me. That doesn't make me feel anything towards it. So it's like, I don't know, and it's just a really bad trend. And I noticed it in How to Train Your Dragon 2, and it was my biggest problem with the movie, but it was my only problem with the movie really. The characters were just as great as ever. Toothless is like, if you liked Toothless before, you will love him 1,000 times more in this movie. And and then we all saw in the if you've seen the trailers, it's not a spoiler. If you see the trailers, Hiccup's mom comes back. She's played by Cate Blanchett. She does a great job. Because Cate Blanchett's amazing. And the score is as good as it ever was. Personally, I think the How to Train Your Dragon scores are some of the best ever. They're so good. And it looked as great as ever, and it was fun. Bad guy was a little cliche, but I mean cliche and a little bit dumb, but like it was a good movie, and I highly recommend it. And sadly, it's going to be probably the only movie you'll see this summer because the only other movie that's coming out in this summer that anyone's ever even heard of is the next Transformers. Other than that, there's like, frick, I don't know, that movie with Fluffy in it or something like that that comes out like in a month. I don't know. I don't know any of these movies that come out till September. Either way, that's probably going to be the movie to see for the next 3 months. So go for it. How to Train Your Dragon 2. It was great. I loved it, and I'd give it like I give How to Train Your Dragon 1 on a scale of, I don't want to say on a scale of 10 because that doesn't do it justice. On a scale of 100, I'd give it like a 91 or a 92, so kind of a 9 out of 10. And then the second movie, I'd give like an 80, like an 83 or something like that. That's what I'll give it. Anyways, this vlog is almost 20 minutes long. I'm sorry it's gone so long. But yeah, that is going to be it. And I still have to upload that. I don't know if it's going to come out today or the day you're getting this video, or I'm going to try to get it out. I'm going to try to edit it tonight and get it out and prepped for that day. But I still got to get the Nintendo E3 reaction done. I've had so much trouble. I've been trying to make it so it's a side-by-side comparison, meaning my camera here throughout the entire stream, and then the stream kind of in the corner but without audio so I don't get copyright strikes and all that stuff, and just kind of showing my reactions. But then like I'll like split, and show like the most important moments and stuff like that. But it's not working out. I cannot get proper video footage of these conferences. I can't, stuff that's stable. There was because they were continuous, my capture program for my webcam just did not agree with the time lengths at all, so there's a lot of glitches in it. And really, the best things I can get out of it, because at the end of every single conference, I also gave my little summary. Those are the best things I can get out of it, is chopping that out and then throwing that, just making that the video. And that's all it's been so far. So that might happen with the Nintendo one too. I can't really promise anything, but hopefully I can actually salvage something out of it. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this vlog, and I'll see you all in the next one.